Her name was Lila, though nobody called her that. To everyone in the small town of Willow Creek, she was Little Miss All-Knowing. At 10 years old, Lila could solve complex math problems, recite poetry with flair, sketch landscapes that rivaled local artists, and explain the life cycle of stars. She could tell you how clouds formed, or why the town's old bridge creaked at night. Most strikingly, Lila seemed to know things about life and death that no child should. Lila once hinted at a time she called before. She didn't elaborate, but her eyes, sharp and unnervingly wise, suggested she'd seen more than her years allowed. She rarely spoke of it, preferring instead to share stories of climbing the misty hills beyond town or swimming in the clear river where fish darted like rainbows. Sometimes she'd weigh in on grown-up matters, like the mayor's latest scandal, with a clarity that made adults shift uncomfortably. For all her brilliance, though, not everyone adored Lila. Mrs. Clara Thorne, the fourth-grade teacher, couldn't stand her. In the cramped classroom of Willow Creek Elementary, Lila's hand was always first to shoot up, her answers always correct. Yet Mrs. Thorne's lips would purse, her shoulders stiffen, and she'd call on someone else. The other children, engrossed in their doodles or whispers, rarely noticed the silent battles between Lila and Mrs. Thorne. But there were moments, fleeting, charged stares, when the air seemed to thicken. Lila's calm gaze would meet Mrs. Thorne's, and the teacher would flinch, her face clouding with something like dread. Mrs. Thorne was never kind to Little Miss All-Knowing. Her words were clipped, her demeanor icy. She avoided Lila's eyes, as if meeting them might unravel something she'd worked hard to bury. On the rare occasions their gazes locked, Mrs. Thorne would turn away, her wrinkled hands trembling, her expression haunted, because Lila, the girl who knew everything, knew Mrs. Thorne's darkest secret. Years ago, Mrs. Thorne's troubled son had come to her in a panic. He'd done something terrible, he said, by the old quarry pond. A body, a young woman's, had been left there, hidden beneath the reeds. Mrs. Thorne, desperate to protect her son, had helped him weigh it down with stones and sink it into the murky depths. They'd sworn it would stay buried. But now, in their quiet town, a strange girl had appeared. A girl who, on her very first day in Mrs. Thorne's class, leaned close and whispered, "I know what's under the rocks at the quarry's edge."